Phonetic feature. Each characteristic is an element of a sound that we can control independently. Now I will talk about the features with the form of articulation. For this example, I will take as an example the letter B. First, continual future tells us how long a sound lasts. So B gets a minute sign for continuant and also gets a minute sign for nasal future. And the second, the last future will be is labial because it is made with the lips. Thank you very much.
Good evening, teacher. My name is Vizuete, and I'm going to talk about some important characteristics of phonetic features. Number one, the elements making and distinguishing phones are phonetic features. Additional characteristics of speech are pitch, intonation, and rate. And finally, besides accounting for the productions of phonemes are phones through co-articulation, a theory of speech productions must explain when some speech sounds are universally absent. Okay, the next I'm going to talk about of the phonetics is divided into three types according to the number one, productions. The productions is the ability to physically move to the tongue, lips, teeth, and jaw to produce sequence of speech sounds. And number two, transmissions. The transmissions is the passage of sounds from one point to another, for example, one room to another. And finally, is the perceptions of sounds. The perceptions of sounds is a response of an organized oral mechanism, the air, to a specific form of energy change, or sounds waves. Thanks.
Hi teacher, my name is Andrea Criollo and I'm going to explain the theory of features. We know that the phonological features are defined as natural classes of phonemes with respect to their behavior. So we have a classificatory function. And what is the classificatory function? Feature theory serves in the expressions of generalizations in phonology. And we have some examples here. Voiceless plosives form a natural class, and they all have the same effect on voicing a following fricative. For example, the word realized as S. Likewise, voiced plosives form a natural class and all have the same effect on a following fricative. For example, realized as Z, maps, taps, cups, coops. Thank you.
Good evening, dear tutor. My name is Pamela Serrato, and I'm going to talk about some types of phonological rules. We have an important description that Bruce Hayes made. He indicates that the rules of phonetics are generalizations of how words should be pronounced in different environments. We have a simulation that this process changing segments to resemble more similar to its neighbors, like triumph and nymph. We have this assimilation that the sounds change to the next to it, for example, six and surprise. We have an insertion that an extra sound out between two others. We have two types, prothesis and emphasis. For example, Snoopy become for prothesis and glasses become for emphasis.
Good evening, dear teacher and classmates. Deletion. Phonological process in which the speech sounds are dropped for words. For examples, I don't know and Canberra. Metastasis. Phonological process in which sounds change place in the phonemic structure of a word. For examples, introduce and prescriptions. Strengthening. Phonological process in which a sound becomes louder. For example, A fricative or approximation can become steps, that is to say, B becomes B or R becomes D. Weakening. Phonological process in which a sound becomes weaker. For examples, party, water, weather, ladder, and city.